grade 11. So I've had like my slow spiritual journey. I'm like learning about shrooms and just, um, I'm really into Ram Dass. He's kind of like a guru for me. He's taught me a lot. Um, so theoretically, I've like learned a lot, but something inside of me has been like, you need to do the practical work of like sitting, doing the breathing work and whatnot. And I feel like every time I'm on Instagram, like I just keep these things just keep coming to me. Like I don't even like search them. These things just keep coming to me
Yeah.
that tell me that I need to like keep diving into this. And then I somehow came across you and I was like, okay, I want to keep tabs on this guy. And something inside me was like, okay, you know what? I do need some sense of guidance. I just feel like I have some sort of blockage inside of me. I
Uh-huh.
definitely have a lot of like trauma that I'm carrying. And I think the biggest thing is like figuring out how to like really like let go of that in order to just like tap into my higher self.
Just real quick, do you have a specific location as far as ailment or disease in your organ system, stomach problems, breathing problems, uh, intestinal? You know what I'm saying? I'm
Nothing,
trying to.
nothing diagnosed per se, but
Okay.
I have been having some stomach pains recently.
Woo!
It's
I'm
been
already
for a
on that. That's
while.
crazy. Look, I'm already on the solar plexus chakra imbalance symptoms. That's
Yeah,
crazy that you said that.
I have a good hunch that anytime I've been doing my work, um, I felt like years ago I had a really good release, like from my lower area. But now, anytime I try to like meditate and really tap
Oh,
into it, I
could
feel
be.
like I'm stuck here.
Okay. Yeah, the solar plexus has to do with will and action. So maybe you're like
Mm.
kind of waiting to take some action on something. Uh,
Dude, I have an issue with being indecisive, so that
uh,
definitely
that's a symptom for sure.
correlates.
Yeah, low self-esteem,
Yeah.
indecisiveness. If you find yourself having trouble just making basic decisions,
Mm.
like you're like, fuck, I don't know. What about this? Oh, but what about this? And then you're just like, can't do it. That's a symptom of the will,
Mm.
the taking action and stuff like that. So yeah, but you can work through that, man. So well, just real quick, one of the first things I advise people when you start waking up to your light body and how it translates into your physical body's health and your mental health and emotional health, you find where you're most imbalanced, and then you target it for healing, and you just start implementing practices, not only mental but physical, because the thoughts and the feelings are what's conducting energy flow through this chakra system. And then that manifests,
Mm.
if you're holding on to certain feelings that correspond to certain chakras, it will create a roadblock. And then that
Yeah,
roadblock,
100%.
yeah, the roadblock won't feed the physical tissue, plasma, life force
Mm.
energy, prana, and then it will create a disease slowly over time. And so, yeah, man, that's
Mm.
been my number one ailment is the solar plexus my whole fucking life, man. So, I
Yeah,
mean, I've
bro.
been working on it. Just real quick, here's an example of how you can start working on the indecisiveness. It's kind of like you go up into your heart and you
Hmm.
follow your intuition and just take a leap of faith. You start doing that, and then you start getting the hang of
Yeah.
it, and then your solar plexus will start to loosen up. So last night I was given an option with the fucking locksmith. He's like, okay, I can fix both of your doors, but if I add another door, that's another like $200.
Yeah.
And he's like, or you can save money and I can just fix your key fob, and then that will unlock your doors. But then you won't be able to unlock your doors with your key still. And I was just like, well, shit,
Mm.
I want to save money, right? But I know
Yeah.
that down the road, I'm going to be fucked if I can't unlock the door
Without
with
the
my key.
keys.
And
Yeah.
I was like, what do I do? And I like sat there pacing in my kitchen. I was like, wait a minute, I'm doing the solar plexus chakra imbalance symptom right now of indecisiveness. And I just
Mm.
literally went, boom, fix one door and fix my key fob. That way it was like right in the middle.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he came and he ended up fixing both doors for free and the other key fob for free. So like it
What?
was a lesson last night. Yeah, because he's like, oh, I checked the other door, and apparently I just needed to put some lube in there and kind of get the grime out. I ain't gonna charge you for that. And he's like, well, I didn't know you had two key fobs. Normally I charge extra for that, but it's okay. I'll get the other one too. And I was just like, dude, this was like a massive lesson from the universe to
Yo.
just. But once again, the middle path is sometimes the way out, right? Going the middle route. And
Mm,
yeah, man, I don't. I just felt compared to share that because I struggle myself with the solar plexus chakra imbalance symptoms, and then also
for
it's
sure.
associated with your fucking gender, your astrological sign, your sun
Mm,
sign, all of that shit, because that's the coding for your avatar, your like template character, and then the character is the one conducting the energy flow, living the life, with the thoughts and feelings and actions and shit. And so, yeah, those can also be indicators of where you need to do the work. So, it turns out
mm,
Virgo sun, stomach problems. And then
mm,
front of the chakra, the front of the toroid, there's a corresponds to the front with the endocrine system and the organs and the arteries and all this shit up the front. And then remember, you have a polar, the reverse going out the back. So guess what? Back problems, stomach problems are Virgo's main
mm,
chakra ailments, and that's solar plexus
mm.
chakra, front and back. Perfectly. I broke my back in a rollover accident right there. Other side of the stomach, right there, perfectly.
Fuck.
Yeah, so
Shit.
anyway, that's just a heads up for how you can be like, oh shit, I'm gonna look this up astrologically, and
Mm,
yeah, and then it will all start making sense, bro. And you're like, oh, okay, and then you start adding your conscious ability to take your power back and be mindful of what's happening, and then it will slowly start to reverse the diseases and everything. It's fucking amazing. Anyway,
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'd
so
like to
yeah.
add that like definitely my blockages, like I hold on to like a lot of anger, which is ultimately like sadness. Um,
Yeah,
and
that's solar plexus too, by the way.
life is always like testing me. And like I've definitely failed a lot, but like recently I've been working on being extremely aware of like all the little signs that life is tossing at me. Again, for example, like being laid off, like when I did have a like it was a good job, everything was good, but I was so stuck in my head. Like I'm an Aquarius, man. Like I am 24/7 like up here. I can be functioning, but there's always something going on up in the noggin. It never gets to rest. And it's like I always had like these desires and wants, and I take this as a lesson of like just letting go of all that shit. Um, I've
Yeah.
even had like family come over for my mom's birthday, and my whole family, dude, is just like, oh my God, they've had such a fucked up life and they hold on to so much trauma. And having all of them around felt like having like a fucking six-way mirror of just like seeing myself and every little bit of them. And I'm like, holy shit, dude, I gotta let go of this shit because I cannot end up like them. But
Yeah.
I've really been like working on it. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's something that we were tasked with, millennials and Gen Z as well, is dealing with the family trauma.
Hmm.
Not, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you have to learn to not blame them for their NPC behavior and their stupidity, even
Yeah.
if it's caused you a lot of like pain and suffering,
Hmm.
because of course, and the way to do that is with empathy. You look and see, are they happy? What happened to them growing up? I mean, they were even more submersed in the propaganda and in the matrix than we were. They didn't have the internet.
Yeah.
They had mainstream media and all the history books and the science books and big pharma, dude, was huge. They poisoned the shit out of them,
Yeah, man.
and me too. They got all of us, really.
Oh
Almost
yeah,
even.
we're all in it, man. No one's safe from that shit. And like yeah, ultimately I'm just like upset at their actions, not their souls. Uh yeah, I've
Yeah,
definitely done
dude.
my fair share of like healing. I feel like I'm on the right path. That's why I feel like I'm
Oh,
here.
you
Like
are.
even with the way everything's going on, I feel really light up here and So yeah, I'm just going with the flow. And even for example, right now, life's giving me a test with the indecisiveness. So I've been jobless for nearly shit. I don't even know. It's about to be the fourth month now. And now I have three job opportunities. And now I gotta pick. And
Oh,
it's like,
okay.
oh shit, nice. Okay, I see how it is.
Go
But
with whatever
I've
you feel,
yeah,
man. You
yeah,
gotta
that's
try.
it. Going with the gut. That's it.
Well, and the intuition, the heart. So that's what we're going to talk about. Is like man is threefold.
Mm,
I'm just going to do a shortcut real quick. You're threefold. There's neural tissue in the brain, the heart, and the stomach. Intellectual, intuitive intelligence, instinctual intelligence. So you can learn to operate on all three, really. But ultimately, just use your logic. Like, what's going to be most aligned for me in the future, my trajectory I want to go. So you got to establish a purpose, first of all, something that fulfills your heart, right? A mission, and then logically pick the right direction for that mission fulfillment, and then use your gut instinct and test the waters. Who are these people? What are they about? Are they toxic? Is the work environment toxic? That's huge, dude. That'll suck. I lost 40 pounds one time in a terrible workplace just from so much negative
mm,
energy. And so that's all important. But then at the same time, don't shoot yourself short. Like sometimes going off into a negative direction is necessary to shoot you in a totally good direction. Further on down the road, some unforeseeable thing that you're not even thinking is going to happen will just fucking boom like that. You'll meet somebody. Some
mm,
window of opportunity will come out of that bad situation, and that's literally
mm.
what carried my ass to where I am today. Was negative experiences that then shot me where I need to go. I literally just bounced off of them like dissonance, right? Because it wasn't meant for me, like a bullet, just and then found my path. But yeah, that's cool, man. Well, you got three job offers now. Things are happening. It's the start of the new year. The
Yeah,
sun's
man.
coming back. It's all about abundance now, so prepare for that. So,
Definitely.
what else can you tell me?
uh, what else would you like to know
So,
in
have
terms
you
of like
ever
a
have you
specific?
ever had an out of body experience? I know you had powerful psychedelic experiences, but go ahead and refresh my
Yes.
mind, especially with recent ones, if they're organic, especially because what I would really like to do is find out if you have any active Kundalini energy pumping in your spine, and and that way I can help in the best way I know how
Yeah.
to.
So what I know that something funky is going on is my most recent like, and I can't really tell if it was an out of body experience per se, but it was just something I haven't experienced before. So
Okay.
I couldn't sleep, late at night. I'm a heavy like weed smoker. Um, might have been like 1 or 2 in the morning when I decided to like, okay, like let's actually try to go to bed. And I'm laying down. I remember that like I had my hands like this, and I was just totally relaxed, zero intentions, not even
Nice.
trying to meditate or breathe properly, just be relaxed. And I start like daydreaming so fucking hard that like I'm in my room and it's actually vividly daytime, and I'm walking and all of a sudden my body, I literally get chucked into the corner of my room. I get this insane feeling of like
Okay.
being physically fucking thrown from my bed. And I'm just like, yeah, just go with it. Just go with it. I low key felt like throwing up, but I'm like, yeah, just go with it. And all of a sudden now I'm in a bed and it's not my room, but it's like this big ass fucking bed. I look to my side and I see this, I think it was a lamp. Dude, it was this shape I've never fucking seen before. The closest way I can describe it is like when you look at the molecular structure of like an atom, how it just has all these funky fucking circles around it. And
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
like,
yeah. You're seeing the geometry, bro.
dude, bro, it was doing shit that a lamp does not do. And when I
Yeah.
looked at that thing, man, I don't know how I did it, but I was like, you're not real. This isn't a real lamp. The fuck is this? And lamp's gone. And all of a sudden, I'm like, I'm fucking dreaming, dude. So now I look over to my other side and I see these two big ass doors, two double sided white doors, and like these window panels above. And I see these crazy hues of blue and
Hmm.
red, just like that. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm definitely dreaming. So now I'm in bed and I got like a blanket covering like my arms. So I'm like, okay, I get my one arm out. I don't know why I couldn't get my other one. But I'm like, dude, the first thing I want to do is make a fireball. So I'm like trying to conjure this up. All of a sudden, I hear my mom's voice and she's like yelling at my dog, like, no, don't disturb him. He needs to be alone. And I can hear my dogs like coming up the stairs, coming towards the door. And this is where it gets fucky. I hear the door opening, but the door's not opening. My dog's not there. Just feel his presence there. I feel the weight of him on my bed or the bed. He licks my face. And I'm like, oh, you fucker. And I wake up and I'm like, what the fuck was that? And I tried so hard to like get back into it, but I couldn't. And bro, ever since that night, I haven't been able to sleep. Like I don't
Ah!
sleep. I
Wow.
sleep maybe 3 hours a fucking night, dude. Dude, my sleep is bullshit. And for some reason, I'm not like, I'm kind of tired, but I'm not as lethargic as I should be. For the lack of sleep, my mood
Yeah.
isn't as bad. So I just know something's going on. And then, like, yeah, I'm like, fuck, dude. I
Any
need to have a conversation.
Yeah, that's crazy. So that I'll tell you right now, that was technically a lucid dream, but ultimately it's an astral projection. So there's a subtle difference between the two. So an astral
Mm.
projection would be you being conscious and sentient during the part where you leave your physical body into and go into your fourth dimensional body and into the next fucking realm, bro. It's literally just the next one up, the fourth dimension. And lucid dreaming is the same place, but that's when you become being lucid and sentient while you're there already. You weren't when the transition occurred.
Mm.
But that is very fucking indicative of an astral projection slash lucid dream, especially being slingshotted. I guess you were fucking conscious. So yeah, that was an astral projection because you were conscious of
It
getting thrown out.
it was fucked. Yeah, it's like someone picked me from my pants and fucking
Oh wow.
180'd me.
Holy shit. So you might have had some
It
help.
was
No, I'm
nuts.
dead serious. You might have had some help because often when I ask for help in my astral projections, there will be some divine force that will literally grab me, bro, like a slingshot and just launch me. So it's happened like 5 to 10 times over the last 9 years or so. But
Shit.
I don't know who it is. But hey, I mean they're benevolent and there's been multiple times where I've had entities helping me get out of my body, bro, and even demonic ones. But they don't ever try to get me out of my body. They try to keep me in my body when I'm trying to get out. They'll literally come put
Mm.
hands on me and they're like, "No, you can't fucking ascend. You can't travel. Fuck you. Stay here and be paralyzed and be afraid." So it's like if they're helping you wake up, bro, then that's a good sign. And then also, I want to ask you by the way, that kind of shit happens to me every night, man. And then there's oftentimes I'll just stare at the wall or in my room after doing it or the ceiling, and there'll be DMT, like geometry, energy currents flowing all through the materials. And then also, you willed it away. You have that power to conduct the astral matter. So when you were like, this isn't real, it just fucking destroyed it, bro. The astral matter kind of returns back into the ether force, just yeah,
Yeah,
believe it or
yeah,
not,
that
you can
it
create
is
that
the
same
most
way.
profound, like fucking weird thing. The other, um, yeah, fuck, man. I feel like when I was younger too, I've had quite a few trippy experiences, but like my turning point for depression to take over
Uh huh.
happened like when my grandmother passed away, and then my mom had to leave, and so much shit happened, and like yeah, I became like a shell of a person. And then from there on, I've just been trying to focus on like
Yeah.
healing and everything
That's
like that.
awesome, man. Well, it's a catalyst for men. Is the blessing in disguise. That's we're about to get into this, but that's literally necessary to snap you out of a trance. Out of the fucking
Yeah,
matrix is a terrible experience, bro. And
100%. Yeah, all of these things. Yeah, for sure.
cool. And then the old you goes through this cocooning dying process. And this can often
Yeah.
result in the hermetic phase where you just like
Mm,
you pull all your energy, your attention and your feelings back to you and then go inward.
yeah.
And a lot of times people will
Yeah.
study like you're doing right now. We're doing this, this, we're about to do the spiritual scientific conversation with occult and science and spirituality, and then so you draw new information to you and you help that to build the new you and then butterfly out when you're ready. It's pretty beautiful process, but it's just like the plants, with the sunlight and the photons and all that. You kind of have to do the same thing. And it's a much
Hmm.
large, it goes up in cycles, macro microcosmically. So I mean, this what's happening to you, this death, life, death, resurrection trinity, like the Christ, like the sun, is actually happening to the earth as well in the alignment that we're in
Yeah.
with the age of Aquarius. So it's like micro macro, man. It's a beautiful thing, really, but I'm not going to act like it doesn't suck at times with depression, and then right when you think you're like you're ascending and you did your work, then a new lesson comes. It fucking knocks you
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. It's
So
never
yeah,
ending. Me and my old homies always have chats about this shit. And like a while back, I was like, dude, you
it,
know what I realized, bro? Every person has two jobs. You have your society job, and then life in general is a job. Your employer, aka the universe, is always watching your fucking ass, always watching your attitude. And
oh
then you're gonna
yeah.
sit there and complain you don't get what you fucking want or blah blah fucking blah.
Oh
Like
man,
it's
and
just
then yeah, and as long as you're living in the illusion of the ego and
yeah,
separation, you're going to continue to bump your fucking head on a
yeah,
continuous loop of suffering, and you have to let go of the resistance towards the divine purpose for your life. And
mm,
literally, it translates into your energy field too, because the thoughts and feelings are conducting energy through your energy field, your morphogenic energy field. And as soon as you drop the resistance, boom, neutralization. And then boom, alignment occurs and they can help you. They'll send you energy and then you pull it in and your what's called electrical capacitance continues to increase, increase, increase. And this is where I'm going through right now. And then you realize, oh my God, it has to do with astrological alignments, has to do with people, places, things happening in my life, thoughts and feelings. And it's the ascension process. You literally pull more and more codes or solar energy, photons into and compress it through your chakra system. It sets into your DNA, bro, and starts coding your DNA, and you literally catch a fucking wave out of here. It's like you catch waves, ascension waves, like a solar waves, plasma, really, and then focus it in, incorporate it, ground it in, boom, it's flowing. It's just so beautiful, dude. I can't even believe how like it's more incredible than any fucking movie. Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, times 10,
yeah,
easily.
for sure.
And we're just like chilling in it with our normalcy bias. We've been so traumatized with all the psyops and the bullshit that we're just like, oh yeah, there's giant fucking plasma beings manifesting in the sky right now. That's whatever.
Dude, I don't even pay attention to that shit. This is what I mean. Like
Good.
I feel like yeah, there's something inside of me
You're
that's like, nah,
you're
dude.
going you're going into the hermit phase, brother. So like one part of the process, I'm about to talk about this here pretty soon. There's a formula to all this light body synopsis, like a timeline. But eventually, when you're going into the hermit phase, you get too much data. It's a data dump on you, and then on you. It's a lot of people stay stuck in this, and they start thinking everything's a psyop, and they just become obsessed with all the stupid shit that doesn't matter. All the celebrities are transsexuals. There's clones everywhere. Like, no, that doesn't even matter. What matters is you.
Yeah,
You have to go inside. You have to open your fucking heart
yeah.
and then put out the right frequency, which is just like this
Yes.
love mode, Christ
All
mode,
this shit, all this shit is just a demo version. Why are you gonna be like obsessing about none of this even matters, bro. That's what something's deep inside of me is that I need to
Yeah.
go within and yeah, like I mean,
Literally. You got to go within
see
and change your DNA so that you can start
see
to
the
receive more information.
experience the full version of the game, you know. I man, I'm a learner. I love learning and seeking. Like last year I had like a 2 gram dose of penis envy. Like me and my buddy took like a tea. He only did like a gram and a half. And like Jason, bro, I'm telling you, I downloaded some shit. I just laid down and my brain opened up and the universe just told me how everything is. And the thing with psychedelics is like it will enlighten you, but for like a brief moment, and then you're gonna forget
Yeah.
it, and
It's
then
a
all this
window.
shit comes. So it's like, yeah, you got to do the inner work. But I realized that all this has happened. It's going to happen, been happen. Cool, bro. I need to go within and really, really experience, man. And then like ultimately, like, yeah, align my chakras, upgrade my frequency, and just spread love, dude. You know, I want to, my passion work that I've realized what I want to do is something for the environment, bro. Like, Earth is our original mom, and we should take care of her while we can. And ultimately, man, I just want to build relationships with people and just enjoy life and spread love. But
Hell yeah.
I
Step into
realized
your
that, like,
purpose.
it's time to do that hard work, but I need some guidance.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's do it. All right, let's go into it. So, I want to tell you, by the way, that was one of the best intros I've ever had. And if you'd be up for it, I'd like to
Oh,
share it on